Hello! Welcome to the second day of our challenge. Today, we're diving into a fundamental topic for any process of transformation: habits. After all, that's exactly what we're here to change, right? The mind's automatic cycle. Habits are like invisible gears that keep our lives running on autopilot. And there's a reason for that. The brain is constantly looking for ways to save energy. This is one of its oldest and most powerful laws, as we saw on day one. Repeating actions creates automatic neural pathways, allowing us to perform many daily tasks without much thought: getting out of bed, brushing our teeth, taking a shower, making coffee. Imagine having to think through every single one of these actions as if it were your first time. Exhausting, right? That's why the mind loves to create habits. But here's an important detail. The brain doesn't judge whether a habit is good or bad. It simply repeats what saves effort. Let's understand how habits work. To change a habit, willpower alone isn't enough. You need to understand its internal structure. Every habit is made of three main components: the trigger or opportunity, something that initiates the action, like an emotion, time of day, location, or even an object; the routine, the automatic behavior that you perform; the reward, what you gain by repeating this habit. It could be relief, pleasure, distraction, a sense of control, etc. Let's see this in practice. Imagine someone who smokes. They see the pack of cigarettes, the trigger, feel the urge, the routine, and light up a cigarette. Immediately afterward, they feel relief or pleasure, the reward. This sequence repeats so many times that the brain learns, hey, this brings comfort. Let's do it whenever possible. But here's the key point. You can change the sequence. The secret lies in keeping the trigger, but changing the routine and offering your brain a new, healthier, and more satisfying reward. Now let's see how to transform a habit in practice. Recognize the trigger. What starts the behavior? Stress? Anxiety? Boredom? A specific place? Question the reward. What do you get from this habit? What need is it trying to meet? Replace the routine. When the trigger shows up, be ready to do something different, something that provides a positive reward and aligns with your goals. Remember, consistent repetition is what will embed this new behavior into your subconscious. Doing it just once isn't enough. Continuous practice is what turns a new behavior into an automatic one. How do we overcome the critical factor? You might be wondering, if I already understand all this, why is it still so hard to change? The answer lies in something called the critical factor. The critical factor acts like a gatekeeper of your subconscious mind. It filters everything trying to enter your automatic programming and decides what stays and what gets discarded. For a new habit to truly stick, it needs to pass through this gatekeeper. But how do we break through that barrier? There are powerful tools for that, such as mental relaxation, active imagination, repetition with positive emotion, and creative visualization techniques. And the best part, at the end of this challenge, I'll teach you a simple and effective technique to access your subconscious and supercharge the creation of new habits. Now that you understand how habits work, I want to introduce you to a powerful strategy to start changing your patterns: the mini habit technique. The power of small steps. Sometimes we want to change everything at once. But when we look at the size of the transformation we want, we can end up feeling overwhelmed, insecure, or even discouraged. That's when self-sabotage kicks in. The mini habit technique suggests the opposite. Change a little, but change consistently. It means taking small steps every day, gradually reducing negative behaviors and slowly introducing positive ones. This helps bypass the critical factor, that mental filter that resists changes that feel too abrupt or unsafe to the brain. Remember, daily progress, even if small, is still real progress. Don't rush, but don't fall into the trap of procrastination either. Balance is the key. Task of the day. Today, your mission is to carefully observe the triggers that lead to the habit of smoking and start creating a new path for your mind to follow. Grab a pen and paper or use the notes section in our app to record your answers. Step 1. Identify the triggers. List at least 5 situations where the urge to smoke arises. It might be a time of day, a specific emotion, a place, or even being with certain people. Examples: after coffee, during work stress, when I'm alone, while driving, during anxious moments. Step 2. Create new routines. Now, for each trigger you listed, think about and write down. What will you do instead in that moment? What will your new behavior be? How will you respond in that situation? Example: trigger, after lunch. New routine, I'll brush my teeth and drink a calming tea. Reward, a feeling of freshness and self-care. Keep these notes. Come back to them whenever you need. Repeating this new routine in the same context as the old habit is what will allow your mind to replace one behavior with another automatically. I'd also like to recommend a book that can be a powerful ally in this journey. The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. This book explains, in a simple and scientific way, how habits work in our brains and how we can reprogram them. Let me wrap up with an important reminder. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. By recognizing your patterns, planning your responses, and applying small daily changes, you are reprogramming your mind and building a new reality. Tomorrow we'll talk about the elements of change, and I'll be here with care and encouragement for another step in your transformation journey. Wishing you a day full of peace, awareness, and lightness. You can always count on me